Hi, I'm Brad Smart, and the title of this top grading tips article is How C Players and A Players Communicate with Top Management. Having conducted hundreds of thousands of 45-minute confidential interviews in which senior executives are assessed by their coworkers, top grading professionals have discerned a clear pattern in how those top managers assess C players' communication skills versus A players' communication skills. So we know how most executives like to be communicated with, and this short article spells out the keys to communicating effectively with top management. So let's get started. Top managers criticize C players for one, being verbose. C players tend to explain their rationale for, say, a recommendation, and they explain it in agonizing detail, hesitant to get to the bottom line for fear they will be interrupted. They explain metaphorically how to build a watch when their manager has simply asked the time. They lack the confidence to keep making their points if their manager interrupts them. A players tend to get to the point. An A player might say, in the past, we have avoided entering Asian markets for very good reasons. But I suggest changing that decision because of a dramatic new trend, which is whatever. Okay? Top managers criticize C players for saying, it depends. An executive might ask a lower manager if Division X will achieve its profitability goal. C players are insecure, fearing that their answer will provoke their manager to criticize them. So they say something like, well, it depends, and then proceed to be verbose, listing a lot of reasons why the division might achieve the goal and a lot of reasons for why it might not achieve the profitability goal. Senior executives think, of course it depends. That's obvious. It always depends. The manager, frustrated, might then ask, I don't want a grocery list of factors. I want to know how you judge all those factors. So, is your answer yes or no? A cop out answer to just about any question is, it depends. Will my sports team win tomorrow? Will the price of oil go up? Will Joe marry Sally? Should we close Division X? And it drives executives nuts to hear, it depends, and makes the executive sure that this person cannot sort the wheat from the chaff and focus on what is important. A players might say, yes, we'll achieve that profit target barely, because although our competitors have cut prices, we've countered with longer term deals and service guarantees that will enable us to keep our key customers and barely make that profit number. Or maybe the results were not so good. So the A player might say, no, we'll fall 10% short because our two biggest competitors slashed prices the week of Thanksgiving and we just did not have time to counter. Okay, next. Top managers criticize C players for whining, we all make mistakes. An executive can't believe the mistake was made and confronts the person who made it. When the executive hears, we all make mistakes, the conclusion is inevitably that this person's a C player. Preteens will tell their parents, we all make mistakes, even you. Remember when you caused that car accident? Attempts to subtly blame the boss, citing mistakes the boss made, never work. It's feeble. It's a feeble attempt to deflect, to change this topic. And it reveals the defensiveness, insecurity, and intellectual dishonesty of the person who is confronted. When confronted with the fact that they made a mistake, A players tend to admit it and then promise to take specific action to A, fix the problem, and B, prevent it. Okay? Prevent it in the future, that is. So in conclusion, here's advice for anybody. When top management asks a question, get to the bottom line quickly, never say it depends, and never whine and say we all make mistakes. And when you have made a mistake and you're challenged, admit it, and then say how you will prevent a recurrence and say how you'll fix this mistake. That's it for this short article. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, top grade your team and you will top grade your profits.